So a lot of folks are moving into Florida, whether they work at the Walt Disney Company and they live in California and they're moving over to Orlando to work in the Orlando area, either through the company's movement or your own movement, or just simply folks that are retiring here to near the Orlando area and wanting to now kind of work a retirement job for Disney, which is a lot of folks that I work with. There are some things to know when it comes to the state of Florida and taxes and your retirement and your financial situation. And so here are a few of the things to consider when we're looking at your taxes when it comes to becoming a Florida resident. The first thing is that Florida is a no income tax state. Woohoo! No income taxes. And so that means all of your income, whether earned income or investment income, is going to be tax free in the state of Florida. Now, of course, you still pay federal income taxes, but you don't have to pay any state income taxes. And so this could be a really big lift, especially folks that are moving over from California, for example, to here. You end up having a pretty big drop in income taxes because in some places in some of the higher income tax states, you're talking 10, 13, 14% or so of income taxes on top of federal income taxes. It can add up. And so Florida, there is a no income tax here. And so that means that you can earn money however you like and not have to pay any state income tax. Of course, you still have federal income tax. And where this really matters for retirement income is if you're on the conservative side of investors and you're wanting to have your money that's in an after-tax account invested in a tax smart way, you can also look at investing in municipal bonds, not only in your state, maybe what you have been limited to previously. Now you can invest in any state municipal bonds and receive the interest tax-free as well. Again, there's some nuances to making sure it's the correct type of municipal bond, but that is a major benefit for sure. The second thing when it comes to Florida is Florida does have property tax, and property tax can be high depending on the area that you are, but there are a few exemptions available to reduce those property taxes. One is called the homestead exemption. So if you're a married couple, you can claim for yourselves the homestead exemption, or a single person can claim the homestead exemption, $25,000 or $50,000. And also, if you are a senior citizen, so that's over 65 for Florida, there are additional home exemption possibilities as well. So basically, these are amounts that are deducted from the value of your house, at least the appraised value of your house, and so that reduces the amount of property tax that you would have to pay relative to if you didn't take those exemptions. If you're a veteran, have disabilities, there's other exemptions to look into as well, but. The main thing to know is that Florida does have property tax exemptions. It's best to work with your tax preparer, your tax advisor, and to look at the county that you live in, their website, to see what all exemptions you may qualify for. And the third thing is if you are going to be a snowbird and you are going to live somewhere else half the year or part of the year, you do want to understand that to be able to get the income tax benefits of being in Florida, you do generally have to be here longer than half the year, about 183, 184 days a year. Have Florida be your main residence, get your mail there, driver's license, to vote, all of that type of stuff to be able to get those benefits. You want to double check all of this with your tax advisor, but at the same time, that may be, a way to have some tax benefits, but still be able to live during the heat of the summer somewhere else. But you want to check that state's rules on how they work with residency and taxation as well. But those are some considerations about living in Florida or potentially living here part-time and how that might impact your retirement. I hope you found value in that. My name's Kyle, and I own a wealth management firm here in Winter Garden, Florida, which is in Central Florida, and work with folks face-to-face in Central Florida, across the country virtually, and happy to chat if you have questions. I hope you have a great day and take good care. Thanks.